Welcome.
Over the past several years, quite a number of neighboring towns and cities throughout Connecticut have made a serious but easily avoidable mistake which can have grave consequences for some very vulnerable and marginalized people all the way on the other side of the world. What if I warned you that the town of Berlin may be at risk of entertaining fascists unaware? What if I warned you that by doing so, the town of Berlin might inadvertently empower a vicious fascist movement in India? What if I informed you that several municipalities around the country which have made that mistake have had to deal with the embarrassment of quickly backtracking? The mistake you see is public engagement with an organization called Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh, or HSS. Quite a number of local governments in Connecticut have platformed and praised the HSS. Last night, for instance, I pointed out to the town of Rocky Hill that they probably should have Googled the HSS before repeatedly staging photo ops with the organization. However, since August of 2022, at least 4 cities and 2 states, after learning the truth about this organization, have formally retracted proclamations that they gave to the HSS. So, what is the truth? Well, the HSS here in America, when it is seeking access to the halls of local political power, presents itself as a benign cultural organization, advertising its charitable and religious programs. The part the HSS leaves out is that it is the international wing of a violent paramilitary in India called RSS. As political scientist Dr. Christoph Jafferlot explains, the HSS is the RSS operated under a different name, but it will strive to mask the links they have with the RSS to avoid being overtly stigmatized. Yet why would association with the RSS stigmatize the HSS? Well, because as Indian civil rights activist Dr. Anand Kaltunde explained, the RSS believes in a fascist paradigm and is clearly patterned on the fascist militias 20th century Europe. So I could go into great detail about all of this, but in the short time that we have together here tonight, I will just sum it up. The RSS in India are modern day Nazis. And the HSS here in America serves as a support base and propaganda mouthpiece for them. The RSS in India represents hate, oppression, and supremacy. And every time a local government here in America promotes the HSS, they are, albeit unwittingly, aiding and abetting the ongoing and escalating subjugation of hundreds of millions of downtrodden Indian minorities. So please do a tiny bit more research than other neighboring towns like Rocky Hill and others have done. Google the HSS, or at the very least, take a look at this info packet about the organization and just avoid giving space to the RSS's international rating.
Just a question for you, just curious. How did they approach the towns? What is their, mission? Yeah, what do they come and want to do?
Normally, they approach the towns asking for proclamation for various things, like for a yoga day, or for what's called a Raksha Bandhan, which is a Hindu ceremony where they meet with fire and peace chiefs and tie a thread around their wrists.
Okay.
Things like that, which are typical benign Hindu religious festivals or celebrations or actions.
Yeah.
Which are typically done by them under the banner of this organization, using their name. They'll appear in uniform as the HSS, and sometimes they'll appear to stage photo ops holding the HSS banner with the city officials, and oftentimes they'll solicit proclamations, which in particular, and I have an article here about one of those that was retracted back in California, in particular proclamations which they insist upon having their organization specifically named in it, specifically having that proclamation given.
Okay, no, appreciate the info. Thank you.